Presented by Listen Headlines. Latest financial news from trusted sources.
February 13, 7:03 America, New York. SoftBank may take its big British tech stock to Nasdaq. It might be better to stay local. There are good reasons to be a big fish in a small pond. February 13, 7 o'clock America, New York. Why artwork flipping can incur the wrath of dealers. Dealers want to control the artist's narrative and pricing. Investors want to leave it to the market. February 13, 7 o'clock America, New York. The week in business. Peloton's tough times. Prices continued their steep upward trajectory in January. Merger plans hit roadblocks and mask mandates are being lifted. February 13, 7 o'clock America, New York. Nasdaq 100, S&P 500, Peloton forecast, higher rates and AMP, Geopolitics. U.S. equities ended the week marginally down after heightened volatility around a Russian invasion and increased hawkish pressure upset stock markets. February 13, 6:30 America, New York. Super Bowl ads feature a return to travel, familiar faces and new tech. The second Super Bowl of the COVID-19 pandemic on Sunday will feature a variety of first-time advertisers, including a slew of financial technology and cryptocurrency players, plus the return of travel ads to the game. February 13, 6 o'clock America, New York. Printers warn on growing paper shortages. Companies from newspapers to asset manager ABRDN are already feeling the effects of high prices and a supply crunch. February 13, 5:30 America, New York. Inflation was hottest in Atlanta, mildest in San Francisco in 2021. The COVID-19 pandemic has spurred migration from coastal cities, pushing up prices in areas gaining new residents. February 13, 5:30 America, New York. Inflation is everywhere, including places you might not expect. Beyond higher prices for materials, shipping or wages, inflation is hitting U.S. companies in less obvious ways, seeping into legal costs for Marlboro maker Altria and auto repair bills for insurer Allstate. February 13, 5:30 America, New York. Private equity surges in China as broader M&A market stalls. Last year saw $580 billion of China-related M&A, with $108 billion involving private equity. February 13, 5 o'clock America, New York. Franklin Templeton seeks fintech partners in Asia. Chetan Karkanis describes the kind of fintech companies the global asset manager wants to incubate in Asia. The post Franklin Templeton seeks fintech partners in Asia appeared first on Digital Finance. February 13, 5 o'clock America, New York. Divorcing couples fight over the kids, the house and now the crypto. Dividing the family's Bitcoin stash has become a major source of contention in divorce cases. February 13, 4 o'clock America, New York. Will UK inflation top December's three-decade high? Market questions as the FT's guide to the week ahead. February 13, 3:31 America, New York. Saudi Arabia transfers Aramco shares worth $80 billion to Wealth Fund. The stake transfer is part of a plan to boost the public investment fund's assets under management to over $1 trillion by 2025 and help diversify the kingdom's oil-dependent economy. February 13, 3 o'clock America, New York. How did Squarespace know podcasts would get this big? From This Week in Tech to Zendaya at the Super Bowl. February 13, 1:11 America, New York. The puzzle of falling U.S. birth rates since the Great Recession. That is a new JEP piece by Melissa S. Carney, Philip B. Levine, and Luke Pardue. The piece, while not easily summarized, is interesting throughout. Here is one bit. February 13, 0:09 America, New York. Repeal the mask mandate. A giant billboard has been placed in Times Square, asking Joe Biden to repeal the mask mandates. Hey Joe, even your home state is ditching the mask requirements. February 13, 0:05 America, New York. Video from 1947. Don't be a sucker. This old film from 1947 serves as a warning, do not allow the government to divide us. The video discusses how the people came together as the German people until Hitler came to power. February 13, 0:04 America, New York. Super Bowl ad prices reach all-time high. The Cincinnati Bengals will face the Los Angeles Rams in Super Bowl 56. The biggest sporting event of the year in the U.S. is also the most coveted advertising opportunity. February 13. 003 America New York, the UN here to save the world. Question. What about the deficit spending without limit? You do end to attribute that as contributing to the collapse in confidence of government? Do you think that the UN has known this all along and has been looking for the timing to rush in and save the day? February 13. 000 America New York, Lithuania tests the EU's resolve on Chinese economic coercion. Beijing is targeting the Baltic nation after it allowed Taiwan to open a de facto embassy. How will Europe respond? February 13. 000 America New York, ECB policymakers are right to hold their nerve on inflation. Today's febrile narrative insists on emphasizing signs of overheating and ignoring those of spare capacity. February 13. 000 America New York, Irish central bank chief damps down unrealistic June rate rise talk. Gabriel Maklouf suggests ECB thinking differs from what some market participants may have in mind. February 12. 2300 America New York, Euro forecast, EUR, USD on edge over Russia-Ukraine risks, Lagarde cools ECB hike bets. The euro is increasingly vulnerable despite a hawkish pivot from the ECB earlier this month. Russia-Ukraine tensions risk destabilizing the single currency as Lagarde plays down hawkish bets. February 12. 2001 America New York, Philippines has luxury of waiting to raise rates after COVID rebound. Central bank governor says he wants room to maneuver in case infections surge again. February 12. 1921 America New York, I want someone else to be charged and jailed like I was. Former sub-postmasters hope for justice as statutory inquiry into scandal starts hearing evidence. February 12. 1900 America New York, gold price forecast, Zhao surges as Russian war drums beat, break-even rates rise. Gold prices rose to the highest level since November last week after a red-hot CPI report pushed up break-even rates. Bulls followed through on the move as geopolitical tensions in Ukraine rose.